Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John, or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the Mega Halo UNSC Scorpion Clash. It is been given the product code HHC42, comes with 993 pieces, including 5 figures, and usually retails for about $100. Though I did pick this up for about $75 on Amazon, and as of the recording of this video on April 1st, 2024, is now currently on sale for about $70. And before you guys ask, no, that is not an April Fool's joke. That is for real. Once again, it has the usual Forerunner-esque design with the entire set front and center, including all your figures. And you do see in the top right corner that this is a continuation of the 2-in-1 in the sets, although I don't see myself spending another $70 to build those alternate builds. The top of the box art has the usual Mega logo, including all of your figures. On the left side, you once again see all the figures and a smaller version of the set down at the bottom. And on the right side, you've got the Halo Infinite Master Chief. Taking a look at the back of the box, you can see the set in its entirety, including the names of all your figures. Once again, the 2-in-1. You see all your weapons and accessories up in the top right corner, and underneath that, you see some of the major features of the set, along with a couple of the helmet sets on display. Once again, this is one of Mega's sets where you can open it without destroying the box. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Some on the left as well. Don't know if there's any here. It doesn't look like it though. There we go. Yep, it was just the two. Okay. Considering this set has almost 1,000 pieces, I won't be too surprised if there's quite a few bags in here. So, well, that's all your tank treads. Fortunately, it's all in one bag, but that's a lot of pieces for tank treads. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bags in total, and 1 instruction manual. Once again, with the full set in its entirety on display. Looks like it just jumps right into the build. Yep, and what all do we have in the back? That's the full set, all your parts. And we got some sets. It's on for advertisement. We've got the Banished Phantom. That's the Gun Goose, a couple of the helmet sets, and I believe that is the Halo Infinite series. It's either Series 2 or Series 3. I don't know which one, but once again, you got a wonderful collection of sets. It's on display in the back of the box. Alright, so as usual, I will be doing a time lapse, but don't be too surprised if there are gaps in this. Piece-wise, this is the largest Mega set I have gotten to date, and as I've said multiple times, Mega pieces are a bit rougher on the figures than Lego pieces, so I won't be too surprised if I need to take a break or two to give my hands a rest. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into that time lapse, starting right now. are finally done. Boy, oh boy, did that take a lot longer than I thought it would. I started building this thing about 10 in the morning. It is now almost 8 at night. That was a 10-hour build. And honestly, ended up taking more breaks than I thought I would. Not just because of my fingers. I took a break for lunch. There was a bunch of other stuff going on. One thing that I'm going to bring up later ended up being quite a nuisance in the build. So technically, this thing isn't actually finished. I'll fill you in on that once I get to it. But wow, that was a long build. I didn't expect it to take that long. Anyway, we'll go ahead and jump into the review, starting with those 5 figures. So, for our first figure, we have a Halo Infinite Marine. Apparently, he is in a desert camouflage. Looks pretty good. Of course, it's much like all the other Halo sets. Each figure comes with a stand, and it's an interesting color. It's almost like concrete, or maybe even the moon's surface. Interesting color scheme. Anyway, he's equipped with a battle rifle. Here's how he looks like without the helmet. Looks pretty good. Good detailing on the eyelashes, beard, mustache combo he's rocking. He looks pretty good. And and like I said, interesting in color choice with the desert camo. I don't really remember there being like a desert biome in Halo Infinite. It's mainly all just forest. I don't know. Maybe it's an area of the Halo we don't get to explore. Anyway, he's got some good armor choices, like the armor, like the knee pads, the shoulder pads, torso. This guy looks so ready for action. He looks good. Next up, we have our necessary included Spartan. This one is Spartan Stone. As you notice, her armor, yes, it is a she. Her armor is a bit mismatched. And it's like you got this light blue with like the digital camo, which looks really good, by the way. Yeah, the visor looks good as well. Don't see any spillovers. Anyway, other than that, you know, like I said, her armor is a bit mismatched. She's got not only does she have like the light blue with the digital camo, she's also got some dark. She's also got some dark gray on her, or even a little bit of dark blue on the boot. Apparently, this is due to her basically having to replace her armor whenever it's damaged. She doesn't have the technical know-how to repair it, and even if she did, she doesn't have the tools required to repair it. So basically, what she's been doing is trading out armor from other fallen Spartans. And so when her armor gets damaged, might be a little morbid, but hey, in her defense, in Infinite, you are stranded on Zeta Halo. There aren't exactly any way to call for help or get reinforcements. So, when it comes to the survival situations, you do what you gotta do. Her weapon is apparently called a Hydra. I don't really know much about it or what it does. I do have Halo Infinite. It's just my computer is just it can't run it. At least, like even when it's like when like the graphics and stuff is just turned down to the absolute minimum. Looks like I'm playing Combat Evolved, the original version, but even then, it's still super sluggish. It's basically unplayable for me. So yeah. So yeah, I haven't really gotten to the chance to play it. It might actually kind of give me a reason to maybe want to pick up an Xbox. Well, if I could afford one. Anyway, with that little rant out of the way, Spartan Stone does look good from basically all angles. Like I said, I do love the digital camo she does have on most of her armor. She looks pretty good. And next up, we have one of our Covenant figures, starting with an Elite Warlord. This guy looks fantastic, especially with that metallic gold. Honestly, Mega has had a bit of an interesting history with metallic gold. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes not so good. Looking at you, Banana Cortana. Fortunately, with this guy, I'm happy to say that not only is this one of the times where it's good, it looks great. This thing is fantastic. I've heard demarcation media say that this is technically supposed to be one of the bosses in Halo Infinite, that being Chaklock. And after taking a look at some pictures, I can totally see why. I'll throw up a picture. I'll throw up a picture of what he actually looks like, but I can totally see why he thinks that. He is basically wearing the same armor. All he's missing is like some red markings on like the legs, arms, torso, and the helmet. So yeah, other than that, this is basically Jacklock, and he looks fantastic. That gold armor definitely looks great. Here's what he looks like underneath the helmet. Nothing too crazy, just your standard elite head, and his plasma and his energy sword. That looks great. I also noticed that it's got a couple of rough edges. I actually kind of like that. How basically it adds a little more. I almost like it adds a little more cutting power to it. That looks fantastic. It looks good. And for our final figures, we have a couple of hunters. These are specifically marked as ardent hunters, and these guys look fantastic. That armor definitely it looks well. The spines on the back are great. Nice detailing all over. Plenty of like banished red all over, like the helmet, the torso, the legs, the shoulder pad and shields. Those look fantastic. I was a little nervous with the fuel rod cannons, because I thought like the fuel rods look a bit fragile. I was afraid that when I got them out of the box they'd be broken. Fortunately, all 10 of them are in pretty good condition, and of course that fuel rod cannon on their arm looks fantastic. And it definitely looks like in game. And you may notice that these two aren't quite completely the same. This one's got a little scorch mark on his torso, which means he's been hit recently. So basically the same guy, but one's just got a little bit more detail. That's great. Also, one thing to note is that these guys have different feet than the other figures. Instead of a 1x1 for their foot, theirs is big enough for a 1x2. Nice little attention to detail of, just to give a little bit more of a scale idea of just how big these guys are. Because these guys are monsters. In any version of the game, these guys are absolute monsters. And I'm glad that they represent that in the figures. And it helps, and it's nice to hold these guys, because it means it's one more species of the Covenant that I now have represented. I've got the Grunts, I've got the Elites, I got the Brutes from a couple of the Halo blind bags. I got the drones from the ODST Hive Exterminators. Now I've got the Hunters. The only ones I'm missing now are the Prophets, the big bosses, and the Jackals. So here's hoping I get those guys before long. That is all our figures in this set. Let's move on to the accessories. So first up for our accessories, we have this little ammo crate. Though technically, you'll see in just a second, it's not actually used for ammo. These guys will show up every once in a while. Last time I got one was with the Falcon Sweep, although that one was a bit more detailed as it had some printing on it. It's just a plain crate, but it does still look good inside. As I said, you won't see ammo, but tools. These are tools for that your figures can use to repair your Scorpion if necessary. The set includes a screwdriver, a wrench, and a crowbar, and you get two sets of the tools, and they will all fit in the crate, as will probably your Marine and Stone's weapons for when they're driving the tank. Nice little addition there. Next up, we have a little banished plasma cannon. It's on a transparent blue staff, with which you can just clip on which you can just clip onto. The thing will stay together for me. It's on a pretty good size base plate. One thing other people have noticed is that it's a little high. They should make the stand a little bit shorter. Let me show you with our Elite here. There you go, got him on the base plate, and as you can see, yeah, it's a bit tall for him. Like there are some clips where he can grab onto, but yeah, it is a bit tall. It is a bit tall on him. It's almost too tall for him to be able to use. But it's a nice simple build, and it is functional. There is a spring-loaded shooter in here. Works basically just like the Lego go on. Just pull the trigger here, and there you go. I've tested these guys out before. They will get a pretty good distance if you let them. And finally, we have a good size banished barricade, which has clips to hold 2 more shots for your turret. In fact, my set even came with a 4th. So yeah, it's nothing too crazy, but there are some nice accessories to fit out the scene and make that $100 price point seem a bit more viable. I feel like you get a bit more bang for your buck. Alright, and finally we have the main build itself, the Scorpion tank. I will say, visually, this thing looks fantastic. It looks quite a bit like the tank it's supposed to be. It does have a pretty good size footprint. After measuring it, it's about 6.5 inches wide and 9.5 inches long. So this thing's a pretty big boy. The dimensions are I have heard it said that the dimensions are a little. They put it shipified, but but comparing it to images from Infinite, it actually looks pretty close to what you get in the game. So I'll be going for this thing from the ground up. Starting off on the front 2 tread pods. I don't know what you're going to call them. You do have a couple of railings for a couple of your Marines to grab on and sit on. Honestly, I'm not sure I'd want to sit in this area, especially considering the treads are a bit exposed. Speaking of the tread pods, you can just lift it up and it won't go too crazy. There are a couple of stoppers attached to the main body that keep the treads from moving too far back. I watched videos of the older models where it didn't have the stoppers, and the pods would just go flip all the way back. You could almost turn this thing into a walker, like this thing's walking on its tiptoes. But fortunately, it does keep them from doing that. It does having the ability to adjust the pods is a very iconic thing the Scorpion does. So being able to do that in the main model is definitely nice. The treads, sometimes they function, sometimes they don't. Like, I just tested this thing on the carpet. That's why you might see some loose tog hair on the tank. But the back treads, they're having no issue whatsoever on the carpet. The front 2 are a bit wonky. Like, I got it to where this one was working just fine. This one is like it's not sure if it wants to work or not. However, on flat surfaces like this, none of them really work. So if you're trying to make this thing act the way it's supposed to do on a flat surface like this table or like maybe your kitchen floor, that's not going to work out so well. Also, you do have some headlights. They are a bit adjustable. I do like the spiked grilling you got here on the front. Over here, you do have a machine gun turret, I would recommend not grabbing it by the gun itself, but the section, it is a bit tight, but you can move it around pretty well. Oh, don't really, isn't really a way to like adjust it uh, vertically, like be able to aim up, because these guys do tend to be used against like banshees, but it does have a pretty good range of motion left and right. And over here, you do have a little bit of a cockpit space. You just open it up right there. Open it up right there. We'll go ahead and put stone. We'll go ahead and put stone in there. There we go. Oop. Come on. Trying to make it so she goes in there straight, not. There we go. Alright, just folds up very well. Also, let's go ahead and get the marine in the turret. These two areas are in a big basically a big open space. You take like the turret and the cockpit off, you'll find that it's all one big space. But yeah, they do fit in there pretty good. I think I can get it to where this guy's. Yep, there we go. I mean, he's technically holding on to the machine gun. Oop. This thing will stop falling apart on me. Okay. Forget it. This thing's just gonna keep falling apart on me if I keep getting it to where it wants to go. But yeah, it does fit in there pretty well. Also, you notice that there are some prints on here. Again, all prints, never stickers. Very happy with that. You have to like really need to get on that. You got UNSC on the front on the front tread pods. UNSC logo on the side. Got the image of a scorpion on both sides of the main gun. And back here is a really sneaky but nice addition. There's a large storage compartment in the back here. So you just open up the back and the top spot, and that space is big enough for your cargo container. So go ahead. Yep, there's your cargo container. It's got all the tools plus both the weapons. Basically, what you just slide it in there, and then let's see. You are able to get this in there. Basically, it just has to be I've seen like it is big enough to get it in there, like all the way. No, that's too tall. I don't know. I've seen videos where they're able to get it all the way in. But this is my first time doing this. I think the space in there, you like it's supposed to be able to get wider on the inside. Alright, so you're supposed to be able to just turn it somehow. Well, I mean, it's kind of closed. I don't know how they're able to do it, but it is kind of in there. I do like the added like armor on the side. And now for the turret, where I've actually ran into a bit of a problem. The main gun is actually looks pretty good. It's actually a pretty simple builds, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces. So it's nothing. So it's nothing too crazy, but it works pretty well. Inside here, there's a small, build that pushes this area right here. These two areas are attached by a rubber band, and it acts as a recoil for the main gun. However, you may notice I don't have the build finished here, and that's because I ran into a bit of a problem. What you do is you're supposed to use these three pieces, attach this one here, and then this one, and then this one, and this one here, nothing too crazy, and then slide it onto the Technic rod. Only when I did, I found that it hardly goes in at all. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on around here? That's when I noticed something a little wrong with these two pieces. You probably noticed it too. Give you a hint, take a look at the holes. You notice I have the two pieces lined up to where they would connect. However, the holes for the Technic pin are off. This one, where it would connect, is a plus sign. However, this one is an X. One of these two ended up coming out of the mold machine with the wrong shaped hole. So basically, I can have the two pieces connect, but not go all the way on the Technic rod, or I can have them on the Technic rod, but they'll be lined up all the way on the Technic rod, but they won't be attached. It'll be lined up something like this. I already contacted Mega about it, but they haven't really responded yet. So yeah, that's why I wasn't completely built. Like I can't. I'm thinking of change for now. I'm thinking of changing up to where it's like this, where you got the brick first, then the plate. So at least it's still somewhat on there. But yeah, I am still a little disappointed about that. Another thing, I do feel like this Technic rod is a bit long for what it needs to do. Like, you take a look at, like, say the box art. You notice that it doesn't really there we go, like on the top. The Technic rod doesn't really stick out all that far. It's pretty close to the main body of the cannon. Well, as you can see, for this guy, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. So I kind of want to get like a smaller Lego Technic rod to replace this. That way, it's a bit more like the box art. But other than that, other than that little problem, that doggone machine gun turret's loose again. But other than that, the main turret does work pretty well. It does have a full 60 degree of motion, and the cannon has some good elevation as well. As you notice, there's enough friction in the main gun that no matter where I have the gun turned or what elevation it's at, it stays where it is. So that's a nice little touch. I know. A popular thing to do in the Mega community is either make stop motion videos with these guys, or just do some pretty nice photography with these guys. I'll see if I can get some images for you guys for that to take a look. I want to talk about, but these guys actually make for some pretty nice photography art. So that's actually pretty cool. Oh, so yeah, the one gripe I have with I only got two gripes when it comes to the tank. The fact that honestly, it's mainly me, but I got the wrong pieces for the technique for the little trigger. And I have taken a look at other videos of this review. Apparently, so far, I'm the only one who's had that problem. So honestly, I might have just been one of the few unlucky ones to have that problem. But other than that, my main problem is the tank treads, where they don't really function the way they're the treads themselves, where they don't really function on like flat surfaces. So that's our main build. All we really have to do now is show off the extra what all you get with extra pieces, and that gives me an option, the option to show something pretty nice that Mega did for you. So here are all the extra pieces. Pretty interesting in color combination, like plenty of greens. You got it's actually, this might not even be from this set. Alright, so yeah, plenty of greens. You got an extra trigger for the oh wait, no, that's that. Yeah, this, you got an extra trigger for the spring-loaded shooter in black, and quite a few extra tank treads. Now, admittedly, putting all those tank treads together was probably the most tedious part of the build. Like, you gotta put, like, for the front 2 tread pods, you have to attach 31 of these guys, the back 225. But they did make it a bit easier on you, as they did provide these extra orange pieces. It's just 3 pieces, but but you basically turn it into a little stand for you to attach the tank treads, and that actually made it pretty easy. Just basically just line them up like this. Just line them up like this. And then all you have to do is just push down, and boom, you got your tank tread started. Actually, so yeah, it's a nice little addition that the Mega made to the set. I've only gotten one set from Lego where there are tank treads where they're actually kind of similar to this, and I don't remember Lego providing anything like this for to make the build experience easier. So I thank Mega for that. So that's everything in the set. Let's move on to my final thoughts. So what are my final thoughts? I'm pretty happy with this thing. There are a few things about the Scorpion and that I'm a little disappointed with, as like the tank heads, and of course getting a messed up piece. But other than that, this is a pretty darn good set. I feel like you get $100 worth of stuff in here, and I only had to pay about $75 since it was on sale. The Elite Warlord looks fantastic, as do the Hunters. Very happy to get those guys added to my Covenant army. Speaking of armies, very happy to finally have a Scorpion in my collection too. I now have the 2 main land vehicles of the UNSC, Warthog and Scorpion. Now all I'm missing for them, the core UNSC vehicles, is a Pelican. But I imagine it's going to be a while before I get my hands on that, as that's offers around the $200 mark, and I'm on a pretty tight budget as is. The only reason I was able to get this guy was I kind of got it with part of my tax return. Anyway, good selection of vehicle figures. The accessories are a nice addition, and the look of the Scorpion is fantastic. It's gonna look good on the shelf. And it's probably gonna be fun to play with. It if you're if you're getting this for a kid. I mean, again, $100 is a bit of a hefty price point, especially nowadays. But I do feel like you get your money's worth. It's just those little tidbits that kind of turn me off. Like, again, the tank treads, getting the wrong piece, plus that turn being a bit higher, especially knowing after having taken a look at the extra pieces, I did find this guy. It's basically the same piece he said that the turret uses. It's just a bit lower off the ground. I was like, why didn't they do this in the transparent blue? That the turret would be a bit closer to wherever you would want it. Anyway, that is my review for the Scorpion Clash. Thank you for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. You can check out some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I will see you all in the next video. Later, everybody! This is a little bit of a follow-up from my email to Mega. Sorry about the I'm actually about the clocking to work, but I just got an email back from Mega. Long story short, they can't replace one of the parts for the set, but they are going to give me a full refund of the price I paid for the Scorpion. So this is actually the second time Mega technically hasn't been able to help with the problem I had, but came up with a solution that I am satisfied with. When I bought one of the Red Team Warthogs, so for my review on that set, it was full on missing a piece, and they decided to be awesome, and they sent me a full replacement set. I was happy with that. I'm happy with this. So that will be the actual end of this video. Later, everybody.